Minister of Information from Bangladesh, accompanied by High Commissioner and other senior officials, had a meeting with me and my officers, Secretary INB, Doordarshan and All India Radio and Press Information Bureau and other departments of Indian side. We had exchanged views and we have come to the conclusion that dissemination of information is very vital to the progress of the country, to fight poverty and also to fight terror, which is a common threat to all of us in this subcontinent. And secondly, we have also decided to exchange cultural delegations and also decided to work together to go for a documentary on the 1971 liberation, Bangladesh liberation. And there is a suggestion from the Bangladesh side to have a feature film on the life of the great Banglabandhu, Mujibur Rahmanji. On that also, India has agreed to cooperate with Bangladesh government. And we have made a request to Bangladesh to allow Indian films also in Bangladesh. They'll be examining that request and then they'll get back to us. And meanwhile, there is a good news to Bangladesh that All India Radio is launching Maitri channel on 23rd of this month to be launched by the Honorable President of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee. This is part of the initiative taken by Shri Narendra Modi, our government, as a gesture of friendship towards our Bangla people. India and Bangladesh, we cherish memories of the great culture. We have great heritage, common heritage also, and we have now great friendship between both the countries. We have decided to work together and then have a number of exchanges of journalists, exchange of civil servants, visits, and then exchange of literature programs, and also joint workshops, all other things. We discuss the issues at large, and there is a common understanding between both of us together to work together for the betterment of both the regions, both India as well as Bangladesh.
Well, let me thank first the Indian authorities and the government for inviting me in such a short notice. I thank His Excellency Mr. Naidu for the breakfast meeting. We had a very cordial meeting and we shared many areas of information. As you know that we are facing common problem, the problem of poverty and problem of terrorism. So we think that we can combat terrorism through proper information, flow of information. The proper flow of information will diffuse rumors, falsehood and distortion of history. That will have a better people's understanding to combat terrorism, and that will help better understanding between the peoples of the two countries. We think that the two ministries, we have agreed on certain very important matters. We think that we have agreed to cooperate to develop a documentary on 1971 War of Liberation, where the Indian people and the Indian government has a great role to play, and 8,000 Indian soldiers laid their life. So we have agreed to go for a joint co-production to develop a documentary on War of Liberation. At the same time, as His Excellency said, that we have agreed to cooperate in film industry, in television networks, radio networks, and in the meantime, Doordarshan and Bangladesh government television are in agreement for a joint move that will be coming very soon. So meeting is very good, and we think that we will cooperate in the field of information, cinema development, in television networks, radio channels, and other cultural exchanges, so that the people of the two countries know each other. We have also requested that Doordarshan and Bangladesh TV will try to dedicate some time from the Indian side, Indian features, and from the Bangladeshi side also.